To talk about a couple of things that have been going on. The first thing that I saw that was very interesting to me was the story of the Cannibal Corpse guitar player.
A death metal guitarist remains in jail this afternoon. Deputies arrested him for breaking into a neighbor's home in the Northdale section of Hillsborough County. At the same time, his own home burned down.
Now, a neighbor gave us this video which shows O'Brien's rental home on Norwood Drive engulfed in flames. During the fire, neighbors heard explosions coming from the home. They tell me he possibly had flamethrowers inside. Then deputies explained how O'Brien broke into a nearby home and shoved a woman inside. Deputies took him down using a taser after he apparently charged at them with a knife. O'Brien is part of the death metal group Cannibal Corpse and is considered one of the best death metal guitarist in the country.
Pat O'Brien, who was arrested because his house was engulfed in flames and police and firefighters arrived at his house, and then they also got a call from a neighbor who said that someone had broken into their house, pushed someone to the ground, and was brandishing a knife. He actually had gone out back of their house and was hiding in the bushes or something when police arrived, and then he comes out of the bushes with a knife in his hand, like trying to attack the cops, and they had to taser him to get him under control. Just a crazy bunch of crap. And then to boot, the firefighters over at his house fire, I guess next door or whatever, were having trouble getting his house fire under control because there were explosions going off. Apparently he had a bunch of ammunition inside, and stuff was just exploding, so they had to wait back, and his house just apparently burned to the ground. And also, I read somewhere that in the wreckage they found evidence of like flamethrowers and some other, I guess, military grade equipment in his house. So I don't know what was up with this dude, man, or what kind of drugs he was on, or what the deal was. I used to listen to a lot of Cannibal Corpse when I was a teenager. You know, it's one of the bands that I sort of got into around the time I was probably 14 to 16, 17 years old, kind of around that age. 1994's The Bleeding was the last album of theirs that I think I bought and listened to quite a lot, and some good guitar work on there. Just a lot of really intricate riffs and that sort of thing. And of course, if you go down the track list, you'll see some stuff that obviously came before the Me Too movement. It's usually all in good fun. The Cannibal Corpse stuff, you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt. You kind of have to take it from the perspective of you're watching or you're listening to a horror movie or something like that. You know, like it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre in music form, more or less. So as that, you know, Cannibal Corpse, it is what it is. It's a form of entertainment, and it's not to be taken seriously, but certainly these charges that this dude is going to be facing are going to be serious. He could be facing up to life in prison. So, also in the news, I know